So hello! Well, this is rather unusual. What I'm about to do is actually point you to somebody else's website. So I am absolutely blown away and honoured to be partnering up and creating content with the Sunday Times. For any of you guys watching outside of the UK, the Sunday Times for England, you can sort of think of it as like the New York Times. It's a very significant paper, very significant website, and they create some really important and really great content. More traditionally, they have been written word. In fact, Jeremy Clarkson himself regularly writes and contributes to the Sunday Times and driving.co.uk. At this point, I would really like to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you. I actually grew up with my dad bringing home the Sunday Times every Sunday, and the driving supplement that came with that was my go-to immediately, and I would read every word that Jeremy Clarkson wrote. And the notion that I will now have an article that sits alongside his and also have a video version going live on that very platform, I've actually got goosebumps talking about that. Never in a million years when I was growing up, completely blown away by cars, did I ever think that this moment would happen. It's just not even a consideration. And yet here I am about to tell you how this additional next chapter is about to unfold. Now, last year, I was honoured to be voted #1 automotive influencer. I really despise the word influencer. Just to touch on that really quickly, influencers or content creators don't like the word influencer. It was the industry that has stamped us with that term. Anyway, that to one side. The Sunday Times very kindly voted me #1 in the automotive space in the UK last year. And at the same time, by pure coincidence, they were looking to branch out into video content online because that's just the way the world's going. So, as serendipity would have it, those two events collided at the same time, and I was honoured to be asked to be the contributor for video content for the Sunday Times and driving.co.uk. Now, despite the fact that I opened this with introducing you to a new website that isn't mine, the idea and new additions to the JWW channel and JWW brand has always been to create better and more additional content for you. So the idea is I will be creating exclusive reviews for cars that the Times have sourced. So anything that I would normally film, that I would always go on my channel, will forever and always sit on my channel. The Times has such strong brand heritage that they can open doors which, quite frankly, I might not be able to. And so I'll be able to get access to some incredible content to share with you. Now, while the main review will sit on their site and the link to my first Jaguar F-Type video is below, now this has come around at exactly the right time because I've been reading a lot in the comments, particularly on Instagram, that a lot of the audience would like to see more of what goes on behind the scenes. So as always, we're thinking channel and audience first. We're duplicating content here. Well, not giving you the same content twice. We're going to have a review sit on the Times site and we're going to have behind the scenes sit on my site. Now I must stress, this is additional content. This channel will keep on growing and keep on going as it always has done, but we've got some additional bonus stuff here. And it's all about opening doors and just creating new angles. And what I'm really proud to be part of, this has never actually been done by a more contemporary content creator from the online world that has transitioned into the more traditional space. So it'll be really interesting to see where this journey takes us. Now, because my channel is all about your feedback and your interaction, this is your time to feed back to me. Any ideas, any thoughts? Now, we have the brand leverage of the Times behind us. As I mentioned a minute ago, they can open some serious doors. So if you have any ideas or any great things that you would like to see, now is the time. Put it in the comments below. And the idea is to just really break some ground and create some exceptional content. Now, the Jaguar F-Type video you've just seen, that is my very first piece that I have done for the Times. You might have noticed that the production quality there was beautiful. What is excellent is I get access to phenomenal camera teams, equipment, access to drones and red cameras. Like that Jaguar video was filmed on a Red. That was a £50,000 camera. If you're not au fait with the camera game, Red cameras are super high-end, incredible high production quality cameras, which will allow us to immerse you even further. So for me, when I started this channel, it was all about trying to virtually put as many of you as I could in the passenger seat, or if I used enough descriptive words as possible, in the driver's seat, to see and hear and try and feel what these cars are all about. So when you get to up the game in terms of quality, for me it's upping the immersion. It's soak you in the experience of what these wonderful cars are like. And of course we also find ourselves in exceptional environments because there's a great deal of travel involved as well. So it doesn't just have to be around cars. You know, both my channel and The Times, they are broad spectrums. They're open to covering all sorts of things. And while the main pivot point and the main focus has always been and always will be around cars, the surrounding lifestyle and culture that comes with that takes us to some remarkable places. We meet some fantastic people, and I would love to also hear from you if you would like to see more of that. So, yes, it's just a shorter announcement at this stage. It's day one. If you want to head over now to The Times, there is also an interview on myself introducing me to The Times audience, because most of those guys might not know who I am. So it's important for those guys to set some context also. But yeah, also, if you fancy buying a paper, imagine that. Run down to the shops now. There's a spread on me. So if you don't know my story and you would like to find out more, now is the time to go to either of those channels. So link below to the articles, link below to the first video, and yeah, please let me know your thoughts and feedback. Always, this channel is completely dedicated and built around you, and now is the time for us to take this next chapter, and I must stress that it's an additional one. The channel will still be going as it's always planned on forging. This is Project 5. Exclusive update, I'm actually working all the way up to Project 11 right now. Project 6 will be announced soon, which is unbelievably mind-blowing step for the channel, and this is an additional project which will run alongside everything else that we've been doing. If you've been following the channel over the last few weeks and months, you'll know that I've just secured a space on Bicester Heritage to build the Bunker, which is going to be a dedicated car studio to create exclusive content to sit on this channel. We also have access to our own track, so we can immerse you once again, step it up in the immersion tactics of trying to, you know, convey to you what this wonderful world of cars is all about. So once the clocks go forward and the sun comes out and I'm not driving through whatever storm might be hitting the UK at this time, I'm really excited for this year. We've also got new cars joining the channel, and lots of announcements along the way. So there we have it. That is the announcement of Project 5. It's very early days. It's day one. Let me know what you think, and I'm very excited to bring you the next update and the next drive, which I believe is the new Land Rover Defender. I'm working with JLR to develop some dates so that I can go and drive that car. It might actually be in the UK, which will be pretty cool. And it's also a car which I'm interested in personally. So before I get to drive that car, once again, comments below, what would you like to see particularly featured on that car? We are going to be taking it on some serious off-road courses as well. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for getting this channel to this stage. I still feel like we're scratching the surface, but I just want to touch on something. A lot of the times in my videos, I will say we or us. I don't say I too much. The reason that I say we is, despite the fact that it is literally only me in the room and driving these cars, I say we because I'm well aware that I'm talking to a million people down that lens. And it's we, you, us that has got us to this stage. So it very much is a we effort. It's an us. It's a big family, and I think we're very fortunate. When I read down the comments of the YouTube videos, let's not pretend. The comment sections on some YouTube channels can be pretty dark, and I think we're incredibly fortunate to have developed an audience of really great, genuine, passionate petrol heads. The feedback and comments below are great, and I feel very lucky to have an audience like you. So thanks very much for that. Anyway, onwards and upwards, I now have a disproportionate amount of work to do to share some great content with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Ciao!